Jimbo's Garage.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to Jimbo's Garage. Well, today we're going to be taking a closer look at the HTP Microcut 875 SC portable plasma cutter. And that's down here at the bottom of my cart. It happens to be the same cutter I use, the delusional design, my plasma table. You know, it's just something that doesn't get used every day in my shop, but when you need it, sure is nice to have it to make those special cuts that you need on some thicker or even thinner material. Let me bring you in here a little bit closer. We'll take a look at the faceplate, we'll take a look at the features on it, and then we'll do some cutting. Alright, so the front of the machine is pretty self-explanatory. There's really not much to it. The first thing is the on-off switch up here. When you turn the on-off switch on, you'll see the green lights, power light, and the red light down here. And this is the safety switch, so before you can actually work the torch, to be sure that your torch is hooked up correctly, your ground and your air supply is hooked up correctly, at that time then you can go ahead and push this, the red light goes off, and then you're ready to go. Now the adjustment here over here goes from 30 amps to 55 amps, and at 45 amps you get, which is roughly somewhere right around in here, you get 100% duty cycle. So that means 100% of the time that you're cutting, the machine will not overheat. If you move it to the max at 55 amps, you've got 40% duty cycle. That means 4 minutes out of every 10 minutes you can operate this at the maximum capacity before it'll overheat. Just for just to let you guys know, I've never had this machine overheat yet, and I've done quite a bit of cutting with it. Okay, over here is the manual and automatic switch control right here. In manual, the torch will distinguish when it loses contact with the material, and in order to fire it back up again, you need to let go of the trigger, then re-push the trigger, and then it'll reignite. On automatic mode, it'll distinguish when it loses contact with the material, then reignite again automatically. Now, this is a good feature for like expanded metal and things of that nature. All right, let's take a look at the torch itself, the grounding lead, and then we'll do some cutting. All right, so the torch itself is a Tecmo TH70. This torch right here is used by a couple of the major manufacturers of plasma cutters here in the United States. Very ergonomically fit for the hand, very comfortable, very lightweight, got a really easy flip up safety switch right here. Comes with an 18-foot gun lead, which allows you to get pretty much anywhere you need to get. And for me, the machine is right here, and most of all the cutting that I'm going to be doing is on my welding table right here, so it's definitely has no problems fitting all the way around. The ground clamp right here is pretty heavy duty, nice thick cable here. The cable itself and the grounding clamp is 10 feet long, which is pretty long. This allows you to get a pretty good distance away to clamp to ground your material. What I really like about this is this braided copper conductor right here that connects the two grounding lugs together, and that assures for a real positive ground right there. All right, let's put this thing to use and see how it cuts. Alright, so first up is just some 1/8 inch material right here. I've got it turned down to about 45 amps or so, and let's just see how it cuts right here. I've got a guide clamped here as a straight edge. We're first going to cut just a straight line right here, and then I'll take this off and clamp it down. I'll just try a little freehand stuff. You can see how easily it cuts 1/8 inch, obviously. That's just nothing but, you know, if you remember back in the day when we use oxyacetylene or we have to cut this some other way, you just see how fast and clean this cuts. I mean, that's a fairly nice edge right there, nice and clean, nice and straight, super fast. All right, let me take this off and remount this thing, and we'll try some freehand stuff. Now this is no particular design, but I'm just going to demonstrate the freehand capability and how clean these lines are. So if you had any pattern or any design, especially an 1/8 inch thick material, it doesn't take any time at all. If you're steady and not shaky like me, you'll have some pretty clean lines. Pretty nice. All right, let's move up to some 1/4 inch thick material. All right, so this is some 1/4 inch thick material. You know, I've bumped it up to its max, 55 amps. Don't know that I need that, but the machine has the capability, so I'm just going to go ahead and just get it up there so we have no issues at all. Let's try to cut through some 1/4 material and see how well that cuts. Well, jumped off the straight edge a little bit, but that's my shakiness. But all in all, you can see how clean that cut is. It didn't take any time at all. All right, I'm going to take another cut at this 1/4 inch plate right here and try to keep it straight on the guide this time, and so I can show you what kind of a cut this thing leaves after we're done. All right, I got some 5/8 thick plate right here. It's for me in my shop. I'm probably never going to cut anything this thick, but for the purposes of a video, we'll try to cut through this and see how well she cuts through 5/8 thick plate. Not bad. Pretty clean cut. 5/8 thick plate. You saw how fast it took me to go through it. Pretty nice. All right, there it is. A quick little overview of the HTP Microcut H75 SC. If you want to learn more about this machine or any other machines that HTP has to offer, you can go to their website and check it out at usaweld.com. You can also follow me on Instagram, check me out on Facebook, and check out my website at JIMBO'Sgarage.com. Thanks for watching. See you next week.
See you next time on Jimbo's Garage.